What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Make sure you follow me over there on Telegram. That's t.me/KingofFomo1, as well as my TikTok channel listed right there on the screen. All right, so just another quick update today, letting you guys know kind of what's going on behind the scenes with me. Of course, in the crypto space, you can have times where there's just new project after new project coming out, and there's opportunity everywhere to be found. And then there's times like right now where the markets are really red, and there's not that much opportunity for these new coins that are coming out, at least in the long term. So we'll talk about the things that I'm doing, and the main thing that I've really been looking at is staking. So I've been staking and farming different types of coins that I think have a future, especially as we come up here, as the bull run continues. When we do get there eventually, I think these coins will survive this entire red market and thrive when we go back to a green market. So two things that I'm messing with currently is kind of borrowing with Aave, as well as this platform over here called xDollar. Now, Aave's been around for quite a long time. There's plenty of other YouTubers and guides out there that can show you how to use Aave, but some of you guys that watch my channel don't really come across those types of videos, so this is something to take a look at. Now, earning funds with borrowing was or used to be a very difficult thing to do with a small amount of capital due to the fact that gas fees were just astronomically high through the roof. You had to use a minimum of 5 figures and borrow for a long period of time in order for you to earn with these protocols like Aave. Now, since we're on the Polygon ecosystem, you can actually use Aave on the Polygon ecosystem. The gas fees are pretty much non-existent, so it's back to the point where you can use a couple $100 and borrow and earn some funds every day. So you can see that I'm putting in about 10k Matic right here. I'm able to claim, this is after about maybe 12 hours of borrowing over here on the Aave ecosystem. I've made about 2 Matic, which is pretty darn good. I mean, it's not anything crazy, but if you start extrapolating that out into the next couple of months or the next year or so, that could be a pretty good amount, and especially if you have a lot of funds sitting on the sidelines. So I might actually increase this even more. Now, there are some things that I really need to clear up before I do any tutorials like that. I'm still trying to understand the whole risk factor to all this thing. I know it has to do with this health factor number that has to be above 1 in order to avoid liquidation, which is not a good thing. So I'm figuring out how that works. And the same thing here. So xDollar is kind of the very new version to borrow over here on the Polygon ecosystem. So higher risk, high reward. Obviously, you're going to be getting a much higher APR here, 400% compared to Aave's 12% yearly. So you're getting paid out in kind of different coins as well, untested coins, this XUSD and XDO coins as well. Now, I could give a tutorial on this, but again, same deal here. I'm trying to make sure that I understand the risk. And again, this is similar right here. This risk number, or what they call it over here, is the collateral ratio, has to be above 110% to avoid liquidation over here. So me figuring out all of that first before I give you guys a fully loaded tutorial is something that I'm going to do. But make sure that if you guys are tech savvy enough, you can figure this out on your own. Some of you guys have already been doing this. Check out the Aave over on Polygon and the xDollar over on Polygon as well. I think you can find this on VFAT if you guys are following VFAT. It's one of the newer projects over here. It's called xDollar. So moving on from there, another staking program that's coming out soon is called Raredoge. Now, I'm not one to really care about any type of dog coins. I think they're all kind of a little smarmy. I think that they'll be replaced pretty quickly, especially the ones that don't really do anything new. But what I look for in the crypto space, even in times like this where there's not a lot of innovation, is innovation. So Raredoge does seem to have a little bit of innovation, and to me, the way that the tokenomics are set up, just like how I looked at DFYN and how I looked at Polychart and how those are doing fantastic at the current moment, I think that Raredoge has potential to do fantastic as well. So let's just read up on this thing. What is this thing all about? So Raredoge is, this is what the back office is going going to look like. It is a staking coin. So there's only going to be 3,000 rare Doge coins released. So it's not going to be an incredibly high supply like most of the dog coins. And you're going to be able to stake your rare Doge coins in here permanently and earn rewards on that on a daily basis. And you can also do other things in this ecosystem. They have this thing called Doge Booster, which is a separate coin to increase your daily percentage rate by 0.1% up to 2%. By doing that, you have Doge Boost that can increase your rate, and you have just BNB to increase your rate. But we'll get into that a little bit later. I probably won't get into that too much until the pre-sale is over. They are running a pre-sale at the current moment, so 30 days. Generally, I don't like to talk about pre-sale coins. If you guys want to wait until the 30-day timer is up, until everything is smoothly running, then I totally understand. I don't think there's really that much risk to you doing that either. I think that a lot of people are going to stake their coins, so it's not like the price, I don't think it's going to skyrocket or shoot up after this timer hits 0 and then you're too late. But who knows? You never know. But one of the things is I've been burned in the past from pre-sales, so I want to make sure that if you guys want to make sure that you're absolutely safe, then my recommendation is wait until the pre-sale is over to get yourself some rare Doge coins and then see how things work. But if you're one of the more risky types, if you don't really mind the risk, if you can do your own research on this type of stuff, the pre-sale is available. You can pay with any type of coin. This is on the Binance Smart Chain, not on the Polygon's chain at all. So you have all kinds of Binance Smart Chain coins here that you can use to purchase some rare Doge. So this is what the white paper looks like over here on Rare Doge. So if let's just read through this a little bit. There's not that much, so I don't really like to read to you guys because you guys can read yourselves, but let's read through it. So the staking details: when users stake rare Doge, the initial deposit amount is burned. So that's the first thing. For the whole thing's going to be about the tokenomics for this thing. So if you have one rare Doge coin or one rare Doge token, then by staking that, it is immediately burned with the smart contract. Each stake and reinvestment will be classified as stake 1, stake 2, stake 3, etc., etc. So the smart contract will then mint back the tokens at a default payout rate of 0.1% per day, right? So in 10 days, you're going to get 1% back from what you've staked. So again, I am really into kind of this longer term weighted out staking type of coins, and this does fit the bill for that. You're not going to become rich overnight, at least I don't think so, with a Rare Dogecoin, but for those who wait and for those who are patient, I think that it will pay out the most for those people. And I think that because the payout rate is very low, I think that it just gives more longevity to the coin. I do think that eventually this thing will belly up just because of the payout rates, but they can last a pretty long time with a low payout rate like this. So even though the tokens will get minted back, it is at a certain rate to not inflate the supply drastically. And some users will claim dividends. Users can increase each individual stake by up to 2% per day by using BNB, which will go back into the Rare Doge liquidity, right? So that's one kind of positive. That's another. It's just another way that tokenomics will benefit the price of the coin and the longevity of the coin. The total payout by the contract is 50% of the initial stake amount. If you increased your default payout rate to 1%, in 100 days, you will receive your initial stake amount, and the rest of the 50 days is where the 50% profit comes in. So I believe what that means is you're going to be getting 150% back as a total payout from the whole ecosystem for Rare Doge after you start staking. Remember, you're being paid out in Rare Doge tokens, not in USD. So if the value of Rare Doge increases, the overall APY of the stake also increases. So if the price of Rare Doge goes up, you're going to be making a lot more than 1% per day. If it goes down, you're going to be making less than 1% per day in terms of USD value. Users cannot unstake their tokens. They can claim dividends at any time. This staking model was designed to theoretically increase the overall value of the token through burning, as well as incentivizing liquidity, providing the increased daily payouts and provide higher APY than the traditional finance system. So I'm going to skim a lot of the rest of this stuff. That was the main meat and potatoes of it. So they have a burning mechanism too. This is kind of like the rebase mechanism. So it burns 1% of the entire supply once if the price is lower than the previous all-time high. It will burn 1% of the entire supply. There's some shady things that can happen with the developer wallet. They can trigger all-time high. They can trigger the rebase at any point. They can set the all-time high. They say they're not going to do that. Worst case scenario, I think it just means that the dev is going to get 1% daily if they decide to do anything super fishy with it, which is, it's not going to destroy the coin overnight, but it's still not nice. But like I said, that's not a major concern. And the dev says he's not going to do it either. So there's two things right there. Presale details. So their presale, they're going to be selling 1,000 tokens. Each token will be sold for $21,000 each for a hard cap of $21 million. The rest will be burned if they don't sell all the tokens. I don't think they're going to hit their hard cap. New tokens like this, it's hard to really get $21 million in a pre-sale, so there's going to be some burns for sure, but I don't know how much they're willing to burn, so we'll see what happens. And they're going to be using some of those funds for buybacks, for listing on exchanges, things like that. That's why the price of the coin is going to be set at $21,000, but it's going to be sold at $27,000 to account for some of the fees that they have to pay for things. So fund allocation, this is what I just explained about how they're selling it for $27,000 when it's worth $21,000 at launch. They have a vault as well. We're not going to read through that. They're going to be audited. We're not going to read through that either. So that's pretty much it. So that's Raredoge coin. The main thing, again, that I wanted to focus on was this beginning piece for the staking details. That's where I think the tokenomics will really take into effect, and we'll see what happens with Raredoge coin. But again, it's going to be a while. So you got, I think this is, what is this, 30 days until this timer hits 0. I purchased a little bit just to test it out. You can claim it at 30 days, and I think you can stake it at that 30-day period too. So I'll keep you guys up to date with Raredoge coin. This is just, like I said, a staking coin. xDollar. Hopefully I'll have a tutorial for you guys on xDollar and Aave as well, just to keep you guys in the loop. Anyway, that is everything for today, guys. I'll leave some links to this stuff in the Telegram and perhaps in the description as well. Check them all out for yourself. Do your own research and due diligence and make your own decision at the end of the day. Really, like I said, I don't endorse anything really on this channel. I'm giving you guys just my experience of what I'm doing. Sometimes I change my mind mid-day, so you guys have to have a mind of your own when you're deciding a lot of this stuff. Some of this stuff can be really, really profitable. Some of it's the complete opposite. All right, guys, that is everything for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you in the next video. Peace out.